When was the last time you spent more than a day without some sort of technology, be it iPhone, computer, television? Half a day? An hour? How do you feel after you've been sitting behind a screen for 2 hours, scrolling through inexhaustible photos, statuses, and tweets, then coming to the realization you haven't accomplished or learned anything? As someone who routinely catches myself doing this, I know that after a good stretch of misspent time, I feel empty and disconnected from what's really going on. Alternatively, after 2 hours spent sitting idly in nature, I feel energized and inspired to explore and achieve something. Abandoning technology and embracing nature is beneficial to us as humans because it encourages us to make more human connections, revitalizes our energy, and is proven to improve our happiness. People have become so urbanized and reliant on technology that they socially isolate themselves and forget to make meaningful human connections. Although worldwide communication has increased significantly since the introduction of cell phones and computers, physical human interaction has decreased. Technology does not destroy our relationship with nature, we do. The moment we are more astonished with a picture of a bird more than a bird is when we know we are flawed. We are more astonished with our own creations than the creation that we are a part of. A Chippewa Native American once said, "I do not think the measure of a civilization is how tall its buildings of concrete are, but rather how well its people have learned to relate to their environment and fellow man." For thousands of years, Native Americans have incorporated nature into everyday life, which as a result has been beneficial to their culture and progress. Currently focusing too heavily on technological advances, society needs to relearn the art of social interaction and immerse themselves in nature. Absorbing nature is not only relaxing, but can also boost our energy levels, as proven by multiple studies. One of these studies, conducted by a University of Rochester professor, concluded that not only does research show that people have more energy for things they want to do, they're also more resilient to physical illnesses. Interestingly, in his final study, the presence of nature had an independent energizing effect above that of being outdoors. In other words, being outdoors was vitalizing in large part because of the presence of nature. Across all methodologies, individuals consistently felt more revitalized when they spent time in natural settings or imagined themselves in such situations. This test was also able to disprove the misconception that the increased energy while in nature was due to the physical exercise involved. There is no downfall to spending quality time among the trees, and it can prove very rewarding not only to your energy and health, but to your mood too. There is a direct correlation between mood elevation and interaction with nature. Studies have shown that reconnecting with green can help lift depression and boost overall well-being and mental health. One such study, conducted by researchers from the University of Essex and published by the mental health organization Mind, found that taking a walk in nature reduced depression scores in 71% of participants. It also showed that 22% of shopping center walkers had increased depression. There is something about being out in the elements that helps us recollect simpler times where man lived alongside nature. American author Richard Louv says in his book, The Nature Principle, people living in high-tech societies often suffer from what he calls nature deficit disorder. He claims that human beings, especially children, are spending less time outdoors, resulting in a wide range of behavioral problems, including a decline in mood. It's sad to see that even though we live in such a beautiful place, the nature so readily available is neglected. Spend a day in nature void of technology and see firsthand the overwhelming feeling of happiness and inspiration you can draw from it. Leave the phone at home and bring a camera if you must. Devote time to interacting with the natural world and find a balance between electronic connection and human interaction. Stephen Kellert writes, "A life of meaning and value depends on the richness of our connections with the natural fabric. We achieve our fullest humanity by celebrating our widest and deepest dependence on nature and life." Remember this quote when you wonder where all your time has gone.